Have you ever talked about money in the middle of a river? Well, you're about to find out.
Jason is on the epic road to financial wellness, and we're here to talk about money in the middle of the river.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Jason, founder at Frugal, and your host for Happy Money, Happy Life, where I share interviews, reviews, and experiments to help you master money and live your best life. I spoke with my good friend Kate Dore, the blogger behind Cashville Skyline. Kate has a very interesting journey moving to Nashville to pursue a career in the music industry and discovering her love and her desire to help people manage their money. You're definitely going to want to stick around for this interview in the middle of the river in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, get on that kayak and let's head on over. So Kate, what got you to Nashville?
I actually grew up in the Boston area, and I moved, like a lot of people, I moved down here to get into the entertainment business. And like a lot of people, I worked 3 free unpaid internships, and I did a lot of side jobs in that process as well. I waited tables, I sold beer at Tennessee Titans Stadium. I was the person walking up and down the aisles, you know, hawking beer attached to my back, selling things, just whatever I could do to make some money. Because as many of us know, working in the entertainment business, when you get started, and even past when you get started, it's not the highest paying profession, and it can take, you know, sometimes multiple jobs to get to where you want to be, both financially and professionally. I started as a temporary receptionist, and then I was eventually hired as an assistant. And then from there, I started going on the road. I was traveling all around the country, producing everything from club to arena level festivals, producing concerts all around the country, all genres, and all over Canada. And I did that for most of my 20s. But what happened for me was I got incredibly, as you can imagine, incredibly burnt out. Working 70 to 80-hour weeks is not something that's really sustainable long term. And for me, I was working all the time, and I was spending basically everything I earned, and it wasn't a high salary.
How did you get into blogging and starting Cashville Skyline? You're going through this transition in your life. It's somewhat of an awakening, and you decided to share it out into the world.
I started getting really burnt out by my late 20s. And I started Cashville Skyline as a way to hold myself financially accountable. I was tracking every cent I spent. I started slashing my bills left and right. It was everything from increasing my deductibles on my insurance, that's health insurance, that's homeowners insurance, that's automobile insurance. And in addition to that, you know, I got a cheaper cell phone plan. I cut cable. I started cooking all my meals at home. I was, you know, no longer eating out. I was no longer buying things I used to do. Buy designer clothes all the time. Things I used to do. Open up large tabs at the bar and buy drinks or buy shots for everyone there. You know, those are the kinds of things that a lot of us do in our 20s or even 30s or throughout our lives. And it's just things that for me just was not something I could afford to do if I wanted to save up, you know, basically make some progress with my emergency fund. So what I did was I did that for about a year. I was saving about 50% of what I was earning. And during that period of time, I was able to save about a 6-month emergency fund. And what I did was when I reached a point, you know, where I had saved that money, I actually quit my job without another one lined up. And that period of time it mentally recharged me. It gave me some clarity in my life, and I know a lot of people go through that similar type of situation where your body kind of shuts down. And for me, it was a way to find a new path. And for me, that was transitioning, using the skills I had learned with Cashville Skyline, transitioning into tech, transitioning to becoming a social media marketer full time, which is the job I do right now, and also devote more time to my side business, which is Cashville Skyline. It's grown into a more successful blog in that time, and also, you know, becoming a freelance personal finance writer and a freelance social media consultant on the side. And those are all things that would not have been possible without that original 6-month emergency fund.
How does one get excited about personal finance? I mean, so you had this journey and you decided and you realized that you needed to make a change, and then you started saving 50% of your salary, and you had that 6-month cushion. There's a few people there who are in your same situation, but they don't necessarily have the motivation or that inner desire. So what was it? What was that initial charge to get you to say, I need to learn? And was it just you wanted to chronicle your journey?
For me, it was just I just knew that life on the road was not a sustainable career path for me. And I think there's a lot of industries and a lot of people can relate to that. You know, we've all been in situations with jobs where we know it is not the right fit. And for me, I said being a concert promoter is not something that I'm going to be able to do at 35, at 40, at 45, at 50, and for the rest of my life. I said this is not my path. And so for me, and then also the great thing about blogging is that others can share in their journey as well. And the personal finance blogging community, I mean, it's just an amazing group of people. And you inspire each other. People are cheering each other on. You know, wow, that's awesome. That's awesome that you cut your cell phone bill. That's awesome that you're no longer using cable. That's awesome that you've managed to save even, again, whether it's paying off debt, saving an emergency fund, or working towards financial freedom. You're there and you're doing it as a community, and that's the power of again, just the personal finance community as a whole.
There are many people that may not have that desire to be part of a personal finance community or blogging, but the importance in that story is understanding accountability partners, sharing kind of your goals, and networking with people who are striving to achieve their dreams. And I think that definitely is the first step, and it is a very difficult journey. And as we're here kayaking in the Cumberland River, it's understanding that we wouldn't be able to get to our destination without someone that's accountable. And what a better analogy than Kate and I being in this kayak to talk about personal finance. Thank you so much, Kate, for joining us
Definitely
here in the river and talking about your story. Thank you all for joining us in this first episode.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
Hey, welcome back. Isn't Kate Dore's story truly inspiring? To leave Boston and move to Nashville to follow her dreams, and then realizing she needed to make some changes with her finances to continue on that path. Now, the one key thing here is that how Kate started an emergency fund that enabled her to take 6 months off from her job after realizing that she was overworked, she was stressed, and she needed time to decompress. Her journey continues on. And if you want to learn more about Kate, I urge you to go to CashvilleSkyline.com. And guys, if you love this video and you want more of this content, make sure you comment below, you give it a like, you share it with your family and friends. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel so you get more access to content, reviews, interviews,